and the bench is loving it.
Throughout the history of the game, plenty of players were able to elevate the definition of shiftiness. To start in the 60s, players like Jerry West were able to revolutionize the art of playmaking by their newly found moves and creativity. In the 70s, players were able to turn skills found outside basketball and use them on the court. In the 80s, players like Isaiah Thomas, Magic Johnson brought basketball and the art of playmaking mainstream, and that led to crazy growth over the years. Up until now, players' movement has changed dramatically for the better, and it all starts with individuals who are able to put that skill to new heights. A question we often have as players is, what made these basketball players become so great? Well, let's break it down. First thing first, let's talk about their incredible vision. These guys made their career knowing where their teammates were on the court and the defenders too. And also understanding the basic details of players, knowing their tendencies, knowing just the basic basketball rules, how guys move in general, and just having the ability to break down a player step by step. These are all great observing skills that made them become great players. Next, let's talk about a quality we hear way too much, but it's definitely important to become a great player.
Athleticism.
Just having the mobility and athleticism to achieve all these moves in a game. Being at ease with being thrown off your game too. Knowing when and when not to use that athleticism at times. And athleticism is a vast concept, so let me know if you want me to make another video on that topic. Also being connected to athleticism is the ability to change pace. Just being able to change pace from slow to fast or fast to slow or just stopping completely. All these great players had this skill in common. I'll also make another video on this topic because it's a vast subject. Another aspect we need to look at is their mentality. Just having that dog in them. The will to always want to compete and becoming the best version of themselves. Being able to fire up your teammates, scold them when they need to, keep them accountable for their actions and even your actions. And also most importantly, having that next play mentality. Knowing when it's time to analyze your plays or when it's just time to hoop. Having that next play mentality definitely differentiated them from other playmakers. And one of the most important skills we never talk about, curiosity. Just having the will to want to know more led them to having more general knowledge, which helped them in their game.
Greats, I would always sit down and just ask them questions about certain games that I studied growing up.
Knowing what plays teams were about to run, or just knowing what to do in certain situations. Knowing when to keep calm in certain situations, or know when to be hyped up. One of the things that made them become such great players is definitely curiosity. Now let's get to one question you may have. How do I train these qualities that you mentioned? Let's break it down. One certain ways you can improve is definitely by playing more. The best way to learn all these qualities is by far to just play more. That by far is going to develop your skills even more. Try to run games at the park or just play 3v3 with your friends after school. All these games that you do will definitely help your game grow. After that, you definitely need to watch more basketball. Understanding details, start with observing a full picture. Don't just analyze highlights on Instagram or on TikTok, but also watch basketball consistently and study what you need to develop. And plus, also study the greats who already did it before you. I'll make a separate video on that. To add on top of that, don't forget to train the necessary skills like passing, dribbling, knowing your plays, developing your IQ. These are obviously the main skills you want to train to become a great playmaker. And last but not least, something I think we need to address more in the basketball culture. It's just finding an environment that makes you grow yourself. It's way more easy to say than to do it, but it needs to be done. Developing these skills in the jungle definitely is going to make you become a warrior. Being able to get out your comfort zone every time you play will definitely make you achieve way more in basketball and in life. And if you like the video, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and let me know what you guys need to improve on and what you want to know more about. Peace.